everyone, I'm Erin Lynn Rhodes, and if you follow me, you know I'm a foodie and a reality junkie, and my guest is both of those things, thank goodness. Today I'm joined by food writer, culinary expert, and judge on Top Chef. Welcome to E-Insider Shop with Gail Simmons.
Thanks, Erin.
Gail,
Thank you.
I'm so happy you're here.
So am I.
We have all of these delicious things in front of us, and before we get to the cooking, you guys, you can purchase Gail's book, Bringing It Home, in the link below. But we got to talk about this milestone season of Top Chef World All-Stars. Congratulations on 20 seasons.
20 seasons of my life spent traveling the world and eating amazing food. I am not complaining, and we are very proud.
I can pick your brain all day on all of the destinations you've been to, where your favorite place to go is, but I have to know what makes this season different from all the others.
A lot. I mean, 20 seasons, it is a huge milestone for us. We have traveled all across this country. We have done finales from Singapore to Tuscany and everywhere in between. But this season, our 20th season, we decided to go big, and it's the first season we've ever shot completely abroad. Over the last 20 seasons, there have been over 20 other versions of Top Chef that are made around the world. So while we're making the original show here in the States, there is Top Chef Poland, Top Chef Germany, Top Chef Thailand, Top Chef Middle East. And so for this season, we brought winners and runners-up from all of those other versions of Top Chef, and they are our contestants competing on our show. So these are all extraordinary chefs from every corner of the earth, and they produce some of the best food I've ever had. So it was an amazing thing to be part of.
I mean, you've been a part of it for 17 years.
Yes.
How do you keep it fresh, no pun intended, every year?
It's a challenge. It really is. But I think it really goes back to two things. One, our producers, which starts at the casting process. It is really a very special chemistry that they're looking for of chefs at a very high level. These are not amateurs, right? These are professionals at the top of their game. And then we shoot every single season in a different location. So there's no studio, you know, that we're just doing a formula in again and again. Every season we completely change our location, change the ingredients, the history, and that location really inspires what we're doing, who our guests are, what the challenges are, and how our chefs sort of navigate what they're cooking. So I think that combination is what makes the show work.
Okay, you spoke about some ingredients that you change up every season. Do you have a hand in picking which ingredients you guys will include or won't? Are you ever like, hey, I don't like
No,
that?
That is not what this is about. It is not subjective to what we like as judges. We are there to be the taste buds of our viewers. We couldn't do our jobs if we were picky eaters. I would never in a million years, even if it isn't something I like, not eat it because it was served me on the show. That is my job as a professional. So even if it's something that's not my favorite thing, I can obviously, as a professional, I've been working in the food industry for 20 years, I can understand if it's cooked correctly, if it's seasoned well, if it tastes as it should, and if it's executed to the intention of the person who made it, right?
Now, I know as a viewer, we get really emotionally invested. We are rooting for people. We become attached.
Yes.
Was there ever a time where it was really hard to see a chef pack up their knives?
It's always hard, but I will say we are not as attached when we're in the process because you, as a viewer, are watching the show once it's been completely edited. So you're seeing them back at the house, you're seeing them in the kitchen, you're seeing their interpersonal relationships. When we're judging, we are completely separate from them. We are completely sequestered from them. We do not see all of that as it's unfolding. All we see is the dishes that are in front of us, and that's how we judge them and their food. This is not a personal competition. You can win 5 challenges in a row, but then you have one bad day and you go home because that's what's fair. So of course it's hard because we know that they're working so hard and they didn't get to the show without an enormous amount of work.
Right.
So having to tell them to go home is hard.
All right, so you are going to teach us how to make this, the banoffee pie.
That's
Did I say it right?
You said it perfectly.
Okay, good, because, you know, it could go both ways. Banoffee, banoffee.
You say banoffee, I say banoffee.
Okay, perfect. Explain what we're going to be making.
Yes, so banoffee is a combination of banana and toffee. It's a classic pie. I have a version of it in my cookbook, Bringing It Home, that I made long before we shot in London because I've been such a fan of this dessert for a long time. The great thing about this dessert is it's so kid-friendly. It's no bake. My 5-year-old helps me make it all the time. It's so fun to bring to a party, and I really don't know a single person who doesn't just want to like stick their face in it.
I cannot wait. And you guys, reminder, you can shop the link below. Bringing It Home has this recipe. Let's get into it.
Okay, so I've already prepped out a few things. I've made my pie crust, which is actually a chocolate wafer crust. You can buy chocolate wafers in the store. You put them in a food processor with some melted butter, a pinch of salt, a little bit of sugar, and it becomes very like a pie crust. Press it into a pie plate, and there it is. You don't have to bake it. It sets, you can put it in the fridge to cool it so that the melted butter sets and it becomes this beautiful no-bake pie crust. And that's it. The other thing I've done is I've made dulce de leche. Now, it's a fancy word. You can definitely buy it in the supermarket, but it's also really easy to make at home if you follow a couple instructions. It is just a can of condensed milk. Take off the label, put it in a pot submerged in at least 3 to 5 inches of water, so it's down there.
Okay.
Bring it to a boil, lower it to a simmer, and let it simmer in that water in a pot on the stove for 3 hours. And what comes out of that condensed milk can when you let it cool is this incredible caramelized dulce de leche. And it is food of the gods. Yeah, you should taste that.
How did you even discover that it's
that's
possible
how
to
it's
do
made.
that?
This is actually like a South American, originates in South America, in Argentina. And it is, it's like making the richest caramel you can imagine.
Guys,
So do this at home. I'm going to then do the fun part, and you can get in and help me here, Erin.
I want to do some
I'm
of this fun
taking
part.
this dulce de leche, and I'm literally going to empty it out into the base of my pie, okay?
Wow.
It doesn't get better. The best tool in my kitchen, a tiny offset spatula, which lets me get in there.
I need to pick one of those up. Would you say
You
that
do.
is
It's
a
probably
kitchen must-have?
$3, and it's so useful in the kitchen, especially if you do any baking. So I'm going to just spread this dulce de leche around into the base.
Now, when
of
you
my
go
pie.
to parties and it's potluck style, are people expecting you to bring sweets or more of like a dish?
It depends on where I'm going. It's funny that I did host Top Chef Just Desserts, it was a spinoff of Top Chef for years. So people think that I'm like exclusively a pastry person. I'm not. My training is in savory, culinary, but I do have a soft spot for sweets. So I love baking, but I'm not a pastry chef, and there's a big difference. I'm not making croissant. I'm not making complicated pastry doughs. This is my happy place. Simple desserts that you can make at home with your family, and they're so satisfying. Okay, so I have my dulce de leche on the base, and then I'm going to take all of these bananas that I've sliced. You can also help me here if you want to just put them all. Don't be fussy about it.
All
Yeah.
right, we're going in on
That's
it.
it. This is the way that you're going to do it at home, too.
I'm going to have to teach my daughter how to make this with me.
She will make it with you. The older she gets, she will get. Of course she does. Do you know a child that doesn't? Okay, so you're just going to cover the base of the pie on top of the dulce de leche with all those banana slices. I'm going to sprinkle some peanuts, and obviously if you have a peanut allergy, you can use another nut, or you can leave it alone. That's it.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, all right.
And then I'm going to sprinkle some peanuts for some crunch. And then this is also like the most satisfying move you can imagine. I have a bowl of lightly sweetened whipped cream, and I'm just going to mound it on top
Oh, this really
in a big pile, in a cascading pile.
It's
when do
satisfying
you
to
get
watch
to do
this.
It's like a childhood dream, right?
Okay, where do I come in? Because I'm getting excited here.
I have another spatula. You can use obviously a rubber spatula too. Get in here, and you're just going to smooth it out. You're going to make a bit of a pile in the center. Fab. And then you're going to top it off, and I like to top it with a few things. So first, a little bit of shaved dark chocolate, milk chocolate, obviously you want.
Wow.
I'm using a vegetable peeler, which is not just for peeling your carrots or your cucumbers. I peel Parmesan with this into long strips. I peel ribbons of zucchini, and I love to use it to peel and shave dark chocolate on the top of this pie.
And it just like elevates it, makes it look kind of fancy.
It does.
Chocolate.
Exactly. And then once that's done, you can really top it with anything. I like to put a little more peanuts. So I've reserved some of my toasted, roasted peanuts. I can put that right on top. And then that's kind of the classic.
And it already looks beautiful. And
Absolutely
you can totally
beautiful.
just eat it like that.
You can. Sometimes I like to get fancy and take some, let's say, like crushed coconut flakes, or obviously my daughter is obsessed with colored sprinkles. So we can sprinkle a little bit of confetti action on top.
I
Whatever
like
is fine.
it.
Crush some
Okay.
pretzels and put some pretzels. And it's just like a dream. It's a beautiful, fun dessert. You can set it to cool. If you find that the dulce de leche is getting a little warm, you can put it in the fridge for a bit. And then you just dive right in. Do you want a piece?
Yeah, I would love a piece. So there are no limits here.
No limits.
You can just
Just
go
have fun with
anywhere
it.
you
It's
want with
classic
this.
banoffee, and it's just a perfect British dessert that I am inspired to eat all the time with my family. Here you go. We're gonna dig in. I mean, it's pretty fun if you get a little look at that.
Spectacular. Wow.
It's not a clean eating pie.
No, they say you shouldn't have banoffee for breakfast, but
Right.
here I am. Thank you so much for joining us, Gail. Everyone, be sure to watch Top Chef World All-Stars on Thursday at 9 p.m. on Bravo, or episodes are available to stream next day on Peacock. And don't forget to grab your copy of Gail Simmons' cookbook, Bringing It Home, in the link below. This is amazing.
Thank you.